Welcome all. In this video, we are going to discuss about basics of interfacing LEDs with 8051 microcontroller. LEDs, that is light emitting diodes, are simple and most commonly used electronics component to display the digital signal states. The LED emits light when current is passed through it. It could blow up if we pass more current. Hence, we have to put a current limiting resistor in series with the LED. The commonly available LEDs have a drop voltage of 1.7 volt and it needs a current of 10 milliampere to glow at a full intensity. Thus, when interfacing an LED with microcontroller, the value of resistor that we have to connect across it is calculated by using the equation R is equals to V minus 1.7 volt divided by 10 milliampere, where V is the voltage given to the LED through the microcontroller pin. For 8051, the microcontroller pin will provide the logic 1 state, which is a 5 volt. Hence, voltage V is equals to 5 volt. If we put this value in this equation, we'll get the value of resistor approximately 330 ohm. There are different configurations in which we can interface the LED with 8051 microcontroller. First one is sourcing current configuration. It refers to maximum current that 8051 port pin can supply to drive an externally connected device. So this is the current sourcing configuration of LED, where the microcontroller pin will source the current so that this current will pass through the LED and it will glow. The device can be LED, buzzer or any TTL device. This method requires 8051 to source a huge amount of current required to the LED, that is 10 milliampere. But 8051 pin is not capable of sourcing this current if multiple devices are connected to the different pins of a microcontroller. This will make LED glow very dim. So to avoid this, another configuration has been used. Second configuration is sinking current. To overcome the problem of current sourcing configuration, current sink configuration can be used, in which LEDs are connected in a reverse order. Here, the LED has been driven by the external supply. So current will be passed through this supply through the LED and this current is synced by the microcontroller pin. It refers to the maximum current that 8051 port pin can absorb through the device connected to the external supply. Again, there is a limitation for the microcontroller to sync the current. If large amount of current has been synced by the microcontroller, more power dissipation has been done, which will generate the heat and which may cause the damage to the 8051 microcontroller. So this configuration is also avoided. The third configuration, which is most commonly used configuration for interfacing the LED with the 8051, is transistor as a driver. In this configuration, the LED is connected in such a way that it has been driven by the external supply, but its current has been synced by the external ground. The transistor has been placed in between, which is acting as a switch. And this transistor as a switch can be turned on and off by the microcontroller pin. So in this configuration, the microcontroller neither source the current for driving the LED or neither it will sync the current for making the LED on or off. Only the microcontroller will send the logic 1 or 0 to make this transistor as a switch on and off. So here LED is driven by the external supply which is connected to the anode of a LED, that is 5 volt, and transistor is used as a switch. Here if we set logic 1 on this pin of a microcontroller which is connected to the base of a NPN transistor. So whenever base of a NPN transistor becomes logic 1, it will turn on. As soon as this transistor turn on, it will connect this resistor through this transistor to the ground and circuit will be completed and LED will become on. As soon as we set the logic 0 on the base of NPN transistor, the transistor will become off, which will act as an open circuit, and this resistor does not get any ground. That means LED will become off. So in this way, LED has been made on and off by switching on the transistor and switching off the transistor. Let's write one simple program for LED interfacing. Problem statement is write an assembly language program to flash LED connected to the port pin P2.0 continuously. So here we can observe the diagram where LED has been connected to the P2.0. Cathode of LED is connected to the ground and anode of LED is connected to the pin. So whenever this pin send logic 1, LED will become on. And whenever this pin send logic 0, the LED will become off. So to make LED on, we'll send logic 1. As soon as we send logic 1 on this pin, LED become on. Now while writing the program to send logic 1 on this pin P2.0, we can use the command setBit P2.0. SetBit is a command which send logic 1 on this bit, that is P2.0. Now once LED is on, it should remain on for certain amount of duration so that user can observe the on status. So for that purpose, we'll give the delay. So we can call the delay function by using the acall instruction. After the delay, to make LED off, we have to send the logic 0 on this pin. As soon as we send logic 0 on this pin, LED will turn off. So to send logic 0, we can use the command CLR P2.0, which will clear the logic state on this pin to the logic 0. Once we send the logic 0, again we can give the delay so that user can observe the off status of LED. Now this on off we have to repeat continuously. So to repeat it, we have to use the branching instruction, that is sjump back. This instruction will jump back and execute the program again. Let's try this program on a kill and observe the simulation result in a Proteus. Here in kill, I have written the same program. Only thing is I have added the delay subroutine. Now once we have written the program, go to the target, options for target, select the output, select the create hex file so that whenever we build the program, the hex file of program has been created. Now go to the project, build target, observe 0 errors. Now we can go to the debug, start debug session. Now we want to observe it on a kill simulation. So for that purpose, go to the peripheral, open the port. We have written the program for port 2. I will select the port 2. These are the pins of port 2. This is the P2.0 pin. Now if we start the simulation, we can observe this pin flashing continuously. This pin is flashing continuously and other pins are not changed. Same result we can observe on the Proteus simulation. Now here we can observe the LED is connected to the P2.0. Now we have to load the hex file. Simply double click, go to the browse and load the hex file. Once hex file is loaded, we can start the simulation and we can observe that LED is flashing continuously.